Hi, welcome to the Rittners Floral School in Boston, Mass. I'm Dr. Steve Rittner, and it's a pleasure to welcome you into one of our classrooms today. The time of the year, well, it's around Easter when we're making this particular video, and we've got a really neat demonstration planned for you. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Easter is a wonderful holiday. It's got such wonderful symbols, colors, materials to play with. We typically associate this holiday with things like Easter baskets, eggs, bunnies, and all kinds of beautiful spring things. What we're going to be doing in this particular video is we're going to take the concept of the Easter basket and the Easter bunny, and we're going to play with it, because what we're going to do is show you, my viewer, how you can make a bunny out of flowers. That's right, a bunny out of flowers, and I think you're going to really enjoy this one. It's a fun one. It's quick, easy, and a lot of fun, and I'm sure you're going to get a lot of reaction from it. To start off with, we have a typical Easter basket, and we put inside of it a plastic container. We put foam inside the plastic container, and we put some foliage around here. We're using some baker fern, but you could use any foliage. So we've got this pretty much in place and ready to go. Now the flowers that we're going to be playing with in today's demonstration, I think you're going to enjoy. We're going to be using some of our carnations. The nice thing about carnations is they come in a wide range of colors. We can get them in white, we can get them in pink, we can get them in dark pink, a huge range of different colors. The reason we've chosen our carnation for this particular demonstration is because it's very reasonably priced, and they're easy to get hold of, and because of the color factor. So easy to get hold of, reasonable price, and a wide range of colors. And we're going to play with this particular flower to come up with our flower bunny. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of our carnations and we're going to cut them fairly short, and we're going to make a circle, a small circle, using some of our carnations, placing them on the top of our foam. So I'm taking it and placing it in, making a little circle, and I'm making my little circle over more towards the left side of the base. Now let's come in, my viewer, just a little bit closer so you guys can see exactly what we're doing here. So we're taking 3 of them, coming around. We're going to add a few more, continuing the circle of flowers. So I'm taking them and placing them in fairly close on our base. This is going to form the body of our little bunny. And it may seem kind of funny that we're starting with the body first, but this will give us a good basis to put our bunny into. So I'm just taking a few of my carnations and making a little circle. I told you, this one's going to be quick, easy, and fun. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So I have a little circle. I'm going to add one more, I think, into it to complete my little circle of my flowers. And I'm just placing them around on the top of my foam. So if we were to take a look at this, if I bend this forward just slightly, you can see this little circle that I've created. Now, we also want to have some sort of feet for our little friend, and so let's put a couple of feet in. And I'm going to take a couple more carnations, place one over here into the front of my foam, like so, and I'm going to place another one over here, also in the front. So far what we're doing is we're creating the little body of our little creature. But we still need a little bit more on our creature. We need a head. And to do that, we're also going to use some of our carnations. This is a little bit trickier, but watch, my viewer. I'm going to take one carnation, I'm going to place a second carnation next to it, and I'm going to place a third carnation next to this. So I've got 3 carnations, one placed next to the other, next to the third. Then, my viewer, I'm going to take a few more of my carnations, and I'm going to add them. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Let's take another one, place it in front, and then place another one next to that. In other words, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little shape here using my carnation. So I've got 3 here, I've got 2 here, and then I'm going to take one more carnation, and I'm just reaching over to grab one from my bucket, and I'm going to place one right here. So I have 3, 2, and 1. This is going to form the head of our little bunny. Now, I need to attach these to each other, and so what I'm going to do is take a little bit of florist wire, and where I'm holding it, I'm going to tie it together very, very lightly. So this is all held together in terms of my little shape. This is a really cool way of doing this because it makes it fairly easy. And now, because I've tied it, notice this holds it very, very nicely. Now I'm going to grab my clippers and let's cut this because I don't need all of these stems. So I'm going to cut this down, and now I can place this into my base. Where am I going to place it? I'm going to place it smack dab in here. Now if you think it's coming up a little bit too high, we can always make it a little bit shorter. We can adjust it in terms of our cuts, and I'm going to cut this and then work this smack dab into the center, right into the center of my section with my carnations. So notice this is coming right here into the center of the section. So far we have this. Now if we feel that we need to add another flower or two into the body, we can. So we can take another carnation and place it over here, for example, over slightly to the side. But we've got pretty much our face here set and our body. Now let's add a few features, because right now it feels like kind of a nebulous kind of thing, but we can fix that and make it much, much more interesting. First of all, our little friend here needs to have some eyes. And so I'm going to stick a little eye in here. We get these little googly eyes that you can pick up very, very easily at any of your craft or hobby stores. See the googly eye? How did we attach it? Well, we've got a little bit of florist clay. We put a little florist clay right on the back of it, or you could use a cold glue to do this, but we're taking 2 of our eyes and we're placing it in like so, so that our little bunny is going to have eyes. We're also going to place a couple of ears. We've got some bunny ears here that we've got in place, and these ears are made using some chenille stems, or you could use ribbon too to come up with that effect. So we're going to put an ear on one side, and then we're going to add another ear over onto the other side as well, so that we're going to have a couple of bunny ears here, one on one side, one on the other. And you can see our bunny is starting to take on some personality, because we're seeing our bunny with the ears, with the eyes. Let's add a little bit more. We need to have some whiskers, obviously. And we're going to add a little whisker here. And I've got little whiskers that we've made also using some chenille stem. So we're going to put our whiskers right in here into the center. And let's give our bunny a little bit more character in terms of a nose. And so I've got a little piece of status. And again, I've added a wire to the status, and I'm going to just drop that right in here, right over my whiskers. Now obviously, my viewer, I think you can see, you can do all kinds of interesting things with this. And we can add even more personality in terms of our bunny here. For example, we can add bows to it. If you like making bows and you're comfortable making bows, you can make a little bow, for example. And I've done that just prior to starting this demonstration, so that we'd have a little bow that we can work in up here. Now that adds a little bit of personality to our bunny. And then how about another bow, just for more character? And I'm going to add one right in between his 2 feet. So let's work one right in here, in fairly deep. And that gives a cute little effect. Now, we could leave the bunny like this, or we could use a smaller basket and stop at that point. But let's add a little bit more personality and a few more little things. We normally associate Easter, of course, with Easter eggs and egg hunts and things like that. So I have a few eggs. In this particular case, these eggs are made using some styrofoam, and they're in different colors. So I'm taking them. I happen to have a little pick on them, so I can easily pick them into my base. So we can add some eggs. We could pick one into another and actually build the thing up if we want, like this. And let's add a few more eggs over onto the other side, over here. So I've got a few eggs over here as well. That adds a little bit of personality to it. And we can always play, too, my viewer, with some of the neat things that are available around this time of year. Things like some of the grass and sisal and things like that. I have a little bit of sisal here, so I'm going to incorporate just a little bit of sisal into this as well. So I'm going to work a little here, and I can work a little of my sisal over onto this side. We could have added this earlier, but I'm just doing it kind of as a final touch in terms of our design to add a little bit more personality to it. And there we have it. We have a simple bunny using some carnations. And I think you can see, my viewer, these things are quick, easy, and fun to do. Quick, easy, and fun. That's the Rittner Floral School way. So, my viewer, what do you think? We enjoyed presenting this to you. It's very, very easy to do. You take a container, make a circle with some flowers, take a few flowers, hold them in your hand, put 3, 2, and 1, tie them together, stick it in the middle of your circle, add a few accessories like ears, bows, eyes, nose, then a few eggs, things like that. If you wanted to, you could jazz this up even with a few additional flowers around it, but I think it looks pretty nice the way it is here. We definitely hope that you enjoyed this presentation. On behalf of all of us here at Rittners Floral School, it was a pleasure having you come in to our school. We hope that you have a terrific Easter holiday. Go and buy some carnations or other flowers. Experiment with this a little bit, and you too can have a little bunny made of flowers that you can show off to your family and friends to help you with your holiday celebration. On behalf of all of us here at Rittners Floral School, I'm Dr. Steve Rittner. Thank you for coming in and visiting with us today.